name is Mario Masuku. I'm a family man and a founding member of the People's United Democratic Movement, known as PUDEMO, founded in 1983. I live a life of running from the state securities. I believe in the fundamental human rights of everybody. I believe that all have a right to live a life within a democratic society. Yeah, we are busy back home. As you know, there have been national elections in Swaziland, which PUDEMO and me believed they are not elections but selections, because political parties are not allowed to participate. But that is behind us now. We are looking forward on what to do. We are preparing for our conference as PUDEMO, looking forward to where we go after this.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Denmark, welcome to Copenhagen, and welcome to DIPD, the Danish Institute for Parties and Democracy. And may I add, welcome to the world of Danish politics at a time when it's as vibrant as it ever is.
Right now there's about 4,000 candidates competing in the local elections, and all the major national parties are of course represented, and then we also have a host of local lists. The local lists are interesting in that they are truly local. So they represent people from a municipality who thinks that a given issue is not being dealt with by the national party, and that is what makes them interesting.
Thank you.
As long as you can have 25 people signing up for you as a candidate, you are able to run at a local election. So the entry barrier is very low. And that means that also sometimes people who have a very, very specific political agenda, they choose to run. So for instance, we have parties who have a very anti-immigrant policy that runs. We have parties that would like to make cannabis legitimate. So we have sometimes lists, non-partisan lists, who have a very narrow and a very specific political agenda.
In Denmark we have, obviously, since we have two levels of governments, we also have two electoral formulas. But they are pretty similar in the sense that they are both proportional systems trying to enhance the number of interests that are being represented in the elected bodies.
My name is Maryam Beshay. I live in Egypt, Cairo. That's part of North Africa, and I work as a financial manager for a British company. I'm a founding member and a volunteer with the Social Democratic Party of Egypt. So I work after working hours in the party. So the type of political problems we face in Egypt is that people are very skeptical of political parties. They haven't seen any political party so far that is very keen on getting the rights of the people and getting them a better life. So if you tell them I'm from a party, they right away they shut down. They don't want to listen to what you're saying. When they asked us to come to Denmark to see this, I thought it would be a good opportunity to come back with all this information to Egypt, and it will give us some light in how to connect to people on the streets, how to connect to people and get them to be convinced with our ideas, etc.
Political parties in Denmark are financed through two sources. Obviously, or naturally, party members pay a small due, monthly due normally, for being a party member. But then there's also some funding through how many votes a party gets. Parties can also receive private donations. There's one simple rule, and that is if the donation exceeds 20,000 Danish kroners, then the party has to make public who has donated the money.
contacts and partners in Denmark or the Social Democratic Party of Denmark, actually. They've been a very great support in terms of training our people. Cairo or Egypt has not had a lot of political exposure in the sense that people have not gone into politics in the last 30 years. So just recently, after the revolution, people started, wanting to join political parties so that they make a difference within the country. So what happened was, when people started joining, they didn't have any background, any political background, etc., etc. So what the Danish Social Democratic Party did with us is that they came over, they sent out people to train us on various aspects.
My name is Bjarne Corriden. I'm the Danish Finance Minister, and I'm elected for Parliament for the Danish Social Democrats. Basically, I'm campaigning for my party colleagues at the local elections. Every major politician in my party, and a lot of them are government ministers, are traveling the country to appear at events, to do street campaigning and different public discussions with local candidates, well, to help them to attract attention and put a national political perspective on this election that we consider to be quite important.
My name is John Snedker, and I'm chairman for the party called Social Democrats here in the City Council in Esbjerg. In this local election, I think we are about 9 or 10 parties. I think it's 9 parties and 1 list. We have the mayor now for 20 years, and I think in every society you need change if the same persons, the same way of thinking have been there for 20 years. I think the society needs new thinking. Now it's just 1 day to the election. It's tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So I can feel it, a place in my stomach. It's very, very exciting. All the day today, people have told me that it's very, very close. If it's going to be me who's going to be the next mayor, or the mayor is going to continue.
My expectations is to see firsthand how people react in the elections, how the actual elector goes and puts in their vote into the ballot. What are the age groups? Are they women or men mostly? Elderly or younger people, etc., etc. That's what I want to see mostly.
Each voter will, a week before the election, receive a postcard with an address on it. And this is the address of a public library, city hall, a school, and that is a voting station where this specific voter should go vote. And in each municipalities there are several places where you can vote, but each voter can only go to one place very close to your home.
Hello, welcome to the class.
You can either vote today or you can vote in beforehand, and then it's put into envelopes like this. So this is also a part of the election, and I think around 2,000 people in Gladsaxe has voted in beforehand because they were not able to, or they didn't want to go here on the specific day, so you can do it in beforehand.
So these are votes?
Yeah, these are votes. They will be a part of the counting tonight at 8 o'clock. And they have been checked yesterday that all the people there were allowed to vote.
And we put it down in the machine here, and you can see the statistic here. On this place, we have 3,600 voters here in this place, and until now we have 123 through.
So you've got all the information in your hands.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
You can tell at 2 o'clock how many people have voted.
Yes,
and
we can. Yes, yes.
What you are expecting.
In national politics, Denmark see one of the highest participation rates in the world. At the last election in 2010, we had 88% of the electorate participating in the election, and that's an extremely high number, comparatively speaking. At the municipal level, we do see more European, even American participation rates. We see a participation rate between 50 and 60%, with a very, very worrying around 40% participation rate for the youngest voters.
So at the moment we are a little nervous that some of the voters might no longer think that local politics is that important. One of the reasons could be that the political debate is sometimes very consensual, and it can be difficult to see the differences between the different parties. So my guess would be that at this election and forthcoming elections, the political parties would and should try to tell more about the differences between each of the political parties.
I am Trine Henriksen, and I am a member of the Red-Green Alliance, and I'm a member of the City Council in Gladsaxe, and I work as an environmental chemist. It's only a part-time job to be a politician in the city councils. Only the mayor is paid for full-time. So I have my civil job besides the politics. I expect to be elected because I am the number one candidate for the Red-Green Alliance.
Ja, klokken den er 20, og valghandlingen skal til at afsluttes. Og jeg skal spørge, om der er flere vælgere, der ønsker afstemning. Der er en i buret, det ved vi. Jeg går lige ud og råber de andre steder. Er der flere vælgere, der ønsker at afgive stemme? Og hermed erklærer jeg stemmeafgivningen for afsluttet. Tak.
It's actually a group of civil servants at the municipality who is responsible for counting the votes. But they need help, and they have a bunch of people helping them. And typically they ask the political parties to send a few people each to help count the votes. Well, one of the advantages of having people of different parties in observation in the room counting votes is that they can check each other out, and therefore there's no cheating, no fraud, because they are keeping an eye on each other. So you would see people of very different political orientation actually working together in counting the votes.
When I was a child, I was also active in the pupils' organizations and also in the unions for young people when I was young. So I've been active for a very long time.
Youth politics and youth organizations are pretty important in Danish politics for at least two reasons. The first reason, of course, is that young people get socialized into what is a political party and how do you behave and what do politicians do and so forth. And secondly, youth organizations also provide a lot of hardworking people when come election times. I mean, posters need to be put up, brochures need to be handed out, etc. And that is normally done by people in the youth organizations. Voters are beginning to choose very late. In fact, we are seeing that up to 40% of the voters are not decided until they are in the voting booth. So, I mean, it's not even hours before they go. I mean, it's when they're actually voting that they decide who to vote on. To me, the most surprising outcome of this election was that the participation rate was actually that high. I mean, the participation was through the roof compared to what we have expected, and that is, I mean, to me, it's a good sign that we have a healthy democracy that can still engage people.
After the 9 days I spent here in Denmark during the study tour for the local elections, I would say the thing that I come back with is consensus. Make more consensus amongst political parties.
I often use the picture of that in our business, throwing a bomb into the river may actually change the course of the river, but it may also destroy the entire system around it. But throwing A lot of small stones over a long period of time into the river can make the course of the stream change in the right direction in a controllable manner.
I have not come here to pick and paste, so to speak, but the experiences that we get from developed countries, go back home and see how it suits us. There is an African saying that birds build their nests with feathers of another bird. And another one that says a good stick is picked up or cut from faraway places. And to me, I thought I'll come back with a good stick from this conference.